I know what we'll do. First, we're going to head to the only shop we couldn't go in before and see what's new there. And discover why I was reluctant to go in there before. This big old building's the library. I'm not going in any libraries. If you want to read up on all that sweet lore, you can do it yourself. Shop number 2. Well, what do we need? I could use some fresh herbs. The ones I brought look a little worse for the journey. After all the walking, something Mirari. Something you'd only get in Erromon. Let's see what the old man has. Brecken, what is it? Do you know him? The shopkeeper? I've never seen him before. You? I know him. Look again. Are you sure you don't recognize anything about him? Let's see who he is. Can I help you? I hope so. We're new to Erromon. I know that. What would you like? So Becken's shop is one of the few places where you could buy weapons in the original game, and it was actually the only place you could get the Gladius before, but now his inventory has been overhauled, and I don't think he has anything unique anymore specifically, but his prices are better than you would get from the other shops in Erromon, so it's still worthwhile to buy any of these things from him if you needed them, but we don't really need them. Maybe I'll buy, like, I don't even need these healing potions, so what am I doing? Becken, we're not done talking to you. Oh wait, we don't know your name is Becken yet. Crap! What's in the shop today? Most everything you'll need, lad. You have any potions? It wouldn't be much of a shop without potions, now would it? Tell you what, lad. You just look around until you see what you need. No, I wasn't... no. The conversation is not over, sir. I could use a new axe. Sorry, lad. No weapons here. Or anywhere in Erromon, for that matter. Folk here like keeping their heads on their shoulders. But if you just follow me around here and keep your trap shut, maybe we can do some business. Besides, they can always zap the enemy with one of them ancient Mirari curses. Kinda puts a dent in the armaments business, doesn't it? But I saw some weapons around the other side, like that rack of spears on the edge of the screen there. Well, that's true. Running a shop is pleasant, he says, completely unprompted. But I've been known to take in some gold as a trainer now and then. You don't look like a fighter. I did in my youth. But, well, I'll train. Very well, lad. Right this way. In the original, this was a good place to train warrior skill, because this was, like, one of the earliest trainers you could get for it, and since it's a temporary shop, you would lose out on this chance after it closes. But since Becken has been nerfed, it's not quite as valuable for that reason. Like, you can already see these stats are lower than they once were. And of course he doesn't know any spells. He's a fighter. But there's the one thing I didn't ask him. Do you know my friend here? There? I don't think so. Do you know what you like? Blah, 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 blah. You know, look, thanks, we'll keep that in mind. You do that, lad. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah. So what about these other 2 shops? You have a business? Yeah, something or other. So this guy, now we can buy Mirari cloaks. I need 1, 2, 3 of those, thanks. You can pick up the farmer's hat and leather cloak, if you didn't get them back in Guarni or on the road. And this guy has Tanto. Because, like, I don't know. Cloaks and daggers. That's why. And this lady is our elemental wizard. She has some scrolls you can buy. Air shield, debilitation, remove his poison and wind. And some spells you can learn, too. She's got Dragon Flames, Immolation, Strength, Spell Necro, and Versus Necro. Once again, I tried to stick to things that were fairly basic, and that would actually be useful against the goblins if you were so inclined. And, I basically traded Dragon Flames from Tailwalk for Fireball here, because I get that you were supposed to learn Fireball, like, late in the game, but it was kind of way out of the way here, and that stunk. So I figured this is better pacing. At least that's how I feel. But no, we're not going to pick up any of those spells. We're just going to get on out of here. Well, I guess we'll go to the palace first. If I can stop walking into walls. I don't think I did any story cutscenes out here, so you're probably still new. Bump, arrived you are! Like you the town? Erromon is beautiful, Eater. Be sure to see the palace. And the spice world, missed that not. Visit the library as well. No. There is much to do here, pup. Be busy while you stay. How was your journey? Not as profitable as should be. Travel goes out when the goblins come in. Customers go too. Our next trip will be better. Enjoy the city, pup. Thanks, Eater. We're just going to get right down to business. So you may recall I sold the scroll that I was supposed to give to Solomon a while back. But it turns out it's irrelevant. You don't need it to trigger any cutscenes at all. Good day, Squire. Happy are we to see a traveller from Warnia. Many years has it been since I've seen your king. Phelan fares well, we hope. He does, King Zaman, and he is guided wisely by Getchum, the wizard you have graciously sent us as aid. Phelan sends his letter, also. I seem to have lost it. Let me see it. Indeed. Moose is welcome from Phelan. I suppose he's always been an ally, as was Ramsay 20 years ago. This letter says you are poisoned, does it not? Goblins. I was left for dead. One of the Guardian healers found me in the Oisen Forest. Did she treat your poison, then, boy? Yes, and I am better, but Phelan sent me to Erromon to seek the wisdom of the Mirari, too. You see, the poison somehow persists. I know of this healer. She lived here years ago. Two of our sisters, Godzone and Zareen, took her in after a goblin attack. I am afraid, however, I see no way of helping you. I am plagued by goblin raids, and must focus my attentions on the sick and ill in Erromon. Still, the goblins have attacked Erromon? Yes, recently. Several of my subjects journeying to other lands ambushed have been. They have not yet struck at us here in the city. I did not want to trouble about it. But it is a matter of great concern to me. Mirari are folk of peace. We have no army, no warriors. Perhaps I could be of service, Great One. The goblins aren't my friends either. Maybe I could attempt to rid you of this problem in exchange for a healer. Bargain that might be. As for a healer, Master Healer Kradog might be able to cure you. Find him you could. Very well, young Alaron. If destroying the goblins you be, I will do my best to help you with Kradog. The river will be your guide. The goblins nesting along it somewhere. Be sure to slay their leader, or the goblins will come, and your task will be incomplete. Thank you, sir. I will not fail you. Alright, we got our next story beat. King Zaman says that Master Healer Kradog may be able to help me. The king promised to help me find Kradog if I go fight the goblins for him. I have to go and fight these goblins. They are to the north of Erromon. Yes. Man, we better go rest up at the inn so we're ready for the goblins. Fun fact, since I already spoiled it anyway, there's actually a dialogue line in that conversation for Beckon, but even if you have Beckon, it doesn't trigger for some reason. I only know because I found it in like the text file, which is kind of nuts. It's not a very big line or anything either, it's just, it's there and it just doesn't go. Good old Aidyn. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh my goodness. Fancy running into you here. What can I do for you, lad? Isn't your shop nearby? My shop? Yes, it is. Good business day, but right now I'm eating. You're not Mirari. Absolutely correct. Is there anything else I can do for you? How did you get here? How'd you? I came on the road. Well, what do you know? I came the same way. And what were you looking for in my shop today? Spice? I'm out of it. I do have some healing potions, a few restoratives. A Guarnia Squire, is it? How do you know I'm from Guarnia? You're wearing Phelan's colors. You're right, I do wear Phelan's colors. So tell me, shopkeeper. Who's Phelan? Did I say Phelan? I meant the king. Of Guarnia? Huh? Oh, what's the use? I'm a terrible liar. You really are. You're right, I do wear Phelan's colors. So what else do you know about the knighthood? Lad, this was years ago, long before you were born. I fought for Phelan. Then you know Phelan well. And Ramsay, did you know him? Master Bowden? Does he still think he knows everything? You do know Bowden! Of course I know him. And the yard boy, Gabriel. And little Lebrecken. A Brecken? You know little Lebrecken? Little Lebrecken? He was little when I knew him. I can't picture him as ever being little. Who are you? My name is Becken. Battle of Lonely Mountain! You know that? Your name is practically legendary. You're on the roll of knights. I'm talking to Becken! As Aileron has his fangirl moment. Would you mind if I made a request? What's the request? Well, I've been through a lot of fighting lately. And I was wondering if you would join me? Well, it's been a long time, but your message from Phelan has kindled something in me. I'm in. But I'm afraid your party is full. You'll have to let someone go to make space in your group. Aileron, you can't be without me. Who'd tell you when you're stupid? That reminds me. You're right, you stay. I can't leave now, Aileron. I haven't found a cure for Neeson yet. Don't make me leave. I guess you're right. You can stay. Boy, you're almost ready now. You can do it. I'll meet you in Tailwalk near the Knights list. Yes, I think I am ready now. I'll see you there if I need you. Let's go. Alright, we've switched up our party and got Becken. And behind this little thing, there's a thing. We've got the Bardic gloves. This is the main reason why I made them cheaper in Guernia, because I knew you could get them for free, guaranteed, no matter what, right here. But, so, Becken has changed a bit. As you can see, he is an elemental wizard now, but he does not have wizard skill use, so you'd have to start him from scratch if you wanted to learn any spells. He's got a Warhammer instead of a Battle Axe. This stuff. His stats have also suffered immensely. This used to be 25 strength. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness, Becken. In all honesty, he's kind of just a downgrade from a Brecken at this point, but he always was in the first place. Like, a Brecken used to start at 8, and he would start at 5. Or no, would he start at 4? I think he started at 4. God, I raised this level and I still had to nerf him. But, yeah, he's kind of eh. Kind of eh. But we'll work with him. Aileron, you can take those Bardic gloves. You're the only one who can use them. Did I already give you one of these? Yes. No, I don't need that anymore. Leather boots. Work belt. You don't need a wizard's hat. Oh, right. He doesn't know sword yet, but we gotta get it for him. Yeah, he's gonna be our sword dude, and I can show you why it's silly to make him the sword dude. First, hello, innkeeper. Human boy, come sit, be warmed. Welcome to Erromon. Welcome to Izaka. Why so cheerful, innkeeper? A happier inn you won't find soon. From Guarnia? We came by the road. Something in your kitchen smells great. Yes, you like the scent? Famous Mirari delicacy. Boiled fungus, and this our best. The finest stewed root and essence of mold. My missus squeezes first the mushroom hard between her pretty fingers, then the stem. Today for you, all you can eat. This being special mold day. Good, No, sit, get me some bowls. No, not a bowl. I hate to admit this, but we've already eaten. Oh, you ate with Zaman? From the castle did I see you walk? Have you been to the palace? Me? What need have I for Zaman? Favors can be asked of others. Now see, I must do other things. So, funny thing about that little conversation we just had, it actually does change if you visited the palace first, which is part of the reason why I decided to go there instead of here. Like, this is the first building you encounter when you come into Erromon, so chances are you're going to talk to this guy before you talk to Zaman. So there's actually, yeah, a few more dialogue options that pop up if you went to the palace first instead. Back again, human boy! Sorry, no boiled fungus to share meal with you now. Help you, I may? A room would be welcome. Indeed, I do hear the gentle song of gold that jingles in your pockets. Such pleasant and soul-easing music it be. Sounds like 10 gold. Enough for a peaceful night's lodging, I think. Increasing of my worth are your words, Guardian. The room is yours. Yay! Fully healed. Ready to roll. It's still nighttime now. That's what you get when you go to bed too early. You get up early. But that's okay. By the time we're done running around, it'll probably be, like, daylight. And if it's not, we've got the light wand, so who cares? But, there's one more treasure in the inn. Get out of the way, guy. God, I hate this guy. Why does he exist? He exists to get in your way if you're trying to cheese the game this way. Because there's this gold pile right here, and it's worth 555. There's another gold pile in another spot in Erromon. Another shop across the river. Both that pile and this one respawn after you transition through enough doorways. So between them, you can get just one gold shy of 1,000. So if you go back and forth between the inn and that shop, you can just farm gold endlessly. But honestly, there's kind of no reason to do that, because first of all, if you want to really farm gold and just cheese the game like that, Alchemist is the way to go. You buy the reagents, make the potions, sell the potions, buy more reagents, and you've got a gold farm. That's all you need. But even then, there's no reason to do that, because at least in Project 64, we have a cheat code that can give us infinite gold. So it's like, and we've also got cheat codes for any items that you might want to buy with them anyway. So it's like, if you're gonna cheat, you might as well save yourself some time. Like, don't bother. Seriously. Why would you do that to yourself? But, there's a few things to see around Erromon. We're gonna try and hit them all up before we hit the road. Because just because we have our gold doesn't mean there aren't more people to talk to. And one of them is actually right up here. Surprise, surprise! It's Getchina. Getchina! Is that you? Did the king send you? Keep quiet, pup! Do not shout out to the world! I came to tell of trouble in Oizen. My sister friends to you still are, pup. They should know. Now leave, I should. Ooh, do you have news for me? No, pup. My words are meant for someone else. Really? Who? Silly pup. Find the queen yourself, you must. What are you doing in Erromon? Ignore me, you should, pup. Please be on your way. But Getchina, how did you get here before us? Magic works beyond your knowing, pup. Be on your way now. So the only explanation I can think of for why Getchina is here, well, apart from wanting to tell Gutso and Serene about the disturbance in the forest, is that there's the portal in the caverns that leads back to Castle Vernia, and since Getchina is Mirari, she would have seen... Oh god, only a gold. She would have seen both portals, so she can just zip back and forth without us ever knowing. And that's how she got here, instead of walking. So that treasure chest that I just got 8 gold out of, most people would know that as the place where you can also get the witch ring on a fairly low chance. Since I adjusted all of the drop tables, and I mean freaking all of them, that one got adjusted as well. It's actually the drop chart of the female dryads now. But the female dryads also have witch rings in their drops, and at about the same rarity. So there's still a chance you can get something good out of that treasure chest, especially if you just stand there and like you save and spam it and whatever. But once again, if you're gonna cheat, just cheat. Save yourself the time and trouble. We didn't get anything, so that's what we got. We got 8 gold. Not even enough to refund our inn visit. But this path is kind of optional. There's really no reason to go here. I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like, in case you've never played the game before or something. But there's this long, twisty, windy path down into the Mirari Caves. It's kind of nifty. There's like little side chambers where they've got their little cushions and fireplaces and stuff. And out here is the main cavern, where we bought the light wand off that lady last time. Or no, not that lady, this lady. And speaking of buying things off people, I kind of want to get something off of her real quick. Talk to her. Blah, blah, blah. So, I wanted to pick up Stamina Drain. Thankfully, it's not too expensive. The Stamina spell in the original game is broken. Like, it's a spell you can learn and stuff, and it works. But it doesn't work as intended. because the way it describes it is it raises your stamina by 2 per rank of the spell. But that's not true, actually. What it actually does is it lowers your stamina by 2 per rank of the spell. And if that's not bad enough, it's having the opposite effect of what's intended. There's a big old door back there, but we don't need to go over there yet. We can't even open it. But, not only does it lower your stamina, but the effect persists out of combat, which is completely stupid. It's really baffling to me. And if you thought that other passage was anything, this one's truly nothing. There's nothing over here. I don't know why this passage exists either. Anyway, since the stamina spell was broken and there was no reason to ever use it, I adjusted one of its stats in the database to make it so that it targets enemies instead of heroes. So now you can use it to lower the enemy's stamina instead. However, there was already a necromancy spell that did that. It's called Exhaustion. It has the exact same effect as Exhaustion now. And while it can be stacked with Exhaustion, I wanted to vary up the spells just a little bit to make them different from each other. So now Stamina Drain uses the same animation type, or the same spells casting type as Fireball. Basically, there's like a circle, and you can hit everything that's within the circle, but it's a little more narrow. So that's the story with that, and I kind of wanted to pick it up and show off how the spell works now, since it's not something that's in the original game. Like, not in this way, at least. Plus, it's always good to be able to drain some stamina out of enemies. And here's our portal back to Guernia. Ah, so convenient. Thank you for not falling through the map there, Erromon. I saw what you tried to do.